Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Samuel, along with my co-host Stank and Papi Latte, and you're watching The Loose Cannons, presented by Red Cat Plumbing and Air, a Tampa-based company who takes pride in their reputation for timely service, professional results, and exceeding your expectations. They truly define hashtag Tampa Proud. It's the first edition of the official offseason for us. I think we finally absorbed the Super Bowl, even though I'm still watching it nightly. Today we're going to go ahead and break down, in our own unique way, of course, the offensive free agents that the Buccaneers have to deal with. And guys, these are some tough ass decisions. Top of the list, Chris Godwin, right off the bat. Chris Godwin.
He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere.
Well,
He's getting franchised or he's getting signed. Chris Godwin will be a Buccaneer next season. So just stop with the fucking worry. Stop with the. He's going to be here next year. End of story.
He's not going anywhere.
No.
I agree with Stank. You franchise tag him. He wants to be here. You're going on another Super Bowl run. According to multiple reports, wow, you would never hear that phrase come out of someone's mouth on this podcast. That sounded way too fucking polished.
That sounded official.
polished, dude.
According to like people saying shit that know shit. Is that better, guys?
That's way better.
Yeah, if you start dropping like in terms of and those fucking statements that all these ESPN idiots say every 2 seconds, in terms of this, in terms of that, then you gotta worry.
According to my sources.
According to my services,
According to people that know their
in terms
shit
of this,
about shit, they're saying that the cap's going to go up next year anyways because they're renegotiating the TV contract. So they're going to double the price. Is the rumor. So there'll be plenty of cap space. So we might fuck around and sign them to a long-term deal next year because a lot of people are saying franchise him this year. Let's go on another fucking run, and then he can walk next year and go somewhere else and get paid. We might be able to keep him, guys. We might be able to keep him. But number one, he's important to this offense. I don't want to go crazy. People don't fucking attack me. I love 14, but I think Shaq Barrett's more important. I think you can replace Chris Godwin, or at least band-aid it. I don't know about replace. Let me take that back. You can band-aid it. You can't, like, who do you have? Nelson? Who's the kid 49 that had the half sack with Sue in the Super Bowl? Like, who's replacing Shaq Barrett? I know we got Mike Evans and Scotty Miller and Tyler Johnson and AB potentially coming back. You're not replacing them, but you have plenty of weapons. Who's replacing that gap at pass rusher? I don't know. They're not on this team.
I mean, just look to the Super Bowl performance. All of our stars didn't eat. Defense essentially carried the team, and our stars were essentially non-existent.
Chris is imperative, though, to what the Bucs do on offense. Jason Light said it. Bruce Arians has done nothing but imply how important he is. But I'm with you, Latte. He's not going anywhere. Whether they franchise tag him, who at his age, with his productivity, his extremely good track record in terms of being healthy, having always getting onto the playing field, all that stuff works in his favor. He's not going to be unhappy with a franchise tag. That much money for 1 year. And I've had this mindset that I think this happens across the entire league. It's a down year for the cap. I think a lot of teams are going to do what NBA teams do, where they sign a guy for 1 year and then tell him we're going to pay you next year. Because next year the cap goes up. Come on, Chris, take a slightly team-friendly deal or take the franchise tag, and next year you either break the bank with us or you break the bank with somebody else. But we'll have more wiggle room, especially now that the reports are coming out that Tom Brady is going to restructure, add another year to put that stuff on the back. Of course, Mike Evans is already doing that. But, I honestly, like, I don't mind them franchise tagging him, but apparently he's worth $17.1 million a year. And if they can get him close to that, maybe he goes with it. But honestly, I just feel like they're going to end up franchise tagging him, and they're going to just be like, hey, listen, next year we'll talk and the numbers will go up. We'll figure it out. Or he goes somewhere else. Maybe by that time, Tyler Johnson's ready anyway, which I hate to say because Chris Godwin's like right there, man. Top 3 favorite offensive players on this team for me. And I don't want to see him go, but.
Well, favoritism and impact. I know he's an impactful player. Don't misunderstand me, guys. But he's one of my favorites too. But impact, like going to make an impact. One would argue that Levante David leaving would have a bigger impact on this team. Like the drop off between Levante and Kevin Minter is fucking massive, as opposed to the drop off of us not having Chris Godwin, which hurts. He's imperative. He's the joker in his office. He can play inside, outside. He blocks all that. But you still have, like I just said, Mike Evans, Scooter, Tyler Johnson, AB, Gronk, OJ Howard. It's like
you don't have
filthy.
Gronk. You don't have Gronk or AB either. They're free agents too. But here's the thing:
coming back. Stop it. And
if you would name, who do you think is the most complete wide receiver on this team? It's Chris
Scotty
Godwin.
Miller.
It's Chris Godwin.
Yeah, Scotty Miller, bro.
Okay, aside from Scotty, who's the next? Like,
I don't know about complete. I don't know about complete
because he does everything. He literally does everything.
Okay, but what Mike Evans does well, he does it better than Godwin. Nobody can argue that with me. I'm sorry. What Evans is good at, he does better than Godwin. And what Godwin does, he's really, really good at everything, especially in the slot and the block and all that stuff. But Mike Evans is on another level with the downfield stuff, if that makes sense. They complement each other, man. He's important. But like I said, the drop-off between Levante David and Kevin Minter is a bigger hole to me. That's a more like to have those two linebackers in the middle with fucking Devin White and Levante David next year for the next couple of years with this defense. It's a fucking cheat code. You can't do anything lateral on this team, bro. You can't. It's stupid.
Okay, but if you were going to choose now, right? Because Leonard Fournette, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, and Rob Gronkowski, right? Those are the guys on offense that are big names that are free agents this year. Who can you afford to lose and who can you not afford to lose of that list?
You could afford to lose AB. You could afford to lose Fournette. I think Gronk and Godwin are the two priorities. And like Latte said, Gronk's not going anywhere. He either retires or plays here. And he's not going to retire. He's just not. He's having too much fucking fun. He's coming back with his boy. And they're going to try to get a fucking another ring, man. And everybody on this team wants to come back. Let's make that extremely clear. I get it. Godwin said, oh, it's time for me to break the bank. I want to break the Sack said the same shit. It's time to get that money. Whatever. They all want to be back. Well, who wouldn't want to be here? Who wouldn't want to be on this fucking football team? It looked like so much fun.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing that Rob Gronkowski, apparently he's worth $8.1 million on Sportrack.com.
Not what he's going to get paid.
He's not going to get paid that. Whether they pay him really well on bonuses just up front, so it doesn't really hit the cap that hard. I think he's back just because of Tom. Tom is like, listen, come back, play one more time with me. Let's do this again. And Rob's like, fuck it, why not? He's having fun, right? He's in a frat house at this point.
Guy's never spent a dime of his contractual money ever. He's going to come back somewhere between $3 and $5 million. That's what it's going to be. Can I ask you both a question now? I think this is the year it happens. Coming off of multiple injury seasons, he's never really, I think 1 year maybe been healthy, never really flourished into what we thought he could be. And this is the last year on a 5th-year option. You're not going to sign him the year after. Is this a year we move on? We trade OJ Howard? It may not be a second like they wanted before, but is this a year? You got Gronk coming back. Again, you're renting him for 1 year because you're not going to sign him after this year. Like OJ's not going to sign. It's going to be too much money. So is this a year we trade OJ Howard?
I think they're all in. I think they worry about, replacing the tight end position next year. And I think having him as a third option at tight end, if we hold on to Brate, because Brate has a pretty sizable cap number, but he's a guy who could probably move some money around and renegotiate that contract. I don't think they want to move on from anybody. I mean, keep them all here if possible.
I mean, yeah, but to keep certain guys, you gotta do something. And
yeah.
I don't know
OJ's
why.
cheap this year. You don't need to get rid of his number this year.
OJ's cheap, so I feel like if they're all in, they're not caring about him, getting something for him later on down the road.
Is he cheap this year? The 5th-year option is a percentage of the top. It's not like the franchise, but kind of, right?
I don't think he's going to cost as much as Brate. Brate has a big number for a guy who doesn't play enough for that.
I guarantee you, it's at least that number. It's
okay, so who would you rather get rid of, Cam Brate or OJ Howard, right now? If you're all in.
If I'm all in,
you got to get rid of one of them, say, to make it work for AB and Chris.
That's a tough question, bro, because I mean the obvious OJ's fucking athletic, he's a freak, he's crazy, but Brate was there. He showed up in the NFC Championship. He showed up against the Saints. He's just consistent, stays healthy. OJ's like he's like the mortars that we were firing off in my fucking backyard. Fuck you, Saints. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Not that kind of podcast today, but it's still fucking
It's
Saints.
always that way. It's always that way.
OJ Howard's like the mortars we were firing off. It's fucking phenomenal. It's great for 10 seconds, and then he gets hurt.
Yeah, but
he's due to make $6 million this year. So yeah, that's not a small cap number.
Here's my thing though. Like, if I'm gonna pay $5, $6, $7 million for a tight end, I need to know he's gonna do everything that my tight ends need to do, and Cam doesn't do that. OJ does. So in my mind, Cam Brate is not worth the money for what he's doing. If I have Rob, I'd rather have OJ. And if he gets injured again and falls off, I think you figure it out. You got weapons, right? I think Cam Brate either restructures or he gets traded somehow. I'm not sure how that shit works.
I disagree. I think Cam Brate's more valuable than OJ.
He doesn't block though. He doesn't block.
Okay, he doesn't block, but the motherfucker is money. He never fucking drops passes. And you could tell that Brady likes Cam Brate.
I agree with you. I agree with you on what he is, and I love Cam Brate. But if I had to choose between the two of them, I feel like I'm more inclined to go with the guy who I know can do all of those things across the board. We got lucky that Rob Gronkowski didn't get injured.
If you were on a boat and you were throwing the Lombardi trophy to somebody else on another boat, all right, and you saw OJ on one boat and you saw Cam Brate on another,
you throwing it to, bro?
Who are you throwing it to?
I'm throwing it to Cam Brate. It's such a weird hypothetical. It's like that. I don't know how you even came up with that. How'd you come up with something like that?
I don't know, bro. My mind is weird like that.
Yeah.
By the way, from the bye week, post bye week into the run when we got fucking stupid hot, right? What was it? 8 straight wins, including the Super Bowl?
Something like that.
The majority of their base offense was 12 personnel. Like we said, we talked about this shit all fucking offseason, and then they didn't do it. And then they went fucking bye week. They were like, oh, Eureka, this works.
And Cam Brate was a big deal.
Cam Brate was huge, bro. Like, I can't bank on a guy that can't stay healthy.
So can we agree that
I love OJ. I love him.
Do you think that one of them will be gone then? Can we agree that at least one of them will be gone?
At least a restructure, big time restructure from Brate. And if they're
all three back, I think they figure out a way, bro. Greenberg figures out a way. I think they all want to be here. So I think that they make it work.
And you guys were talking about Rob coming back because of Tom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown played for like just barely under $2 million this year, dude.
He already said he wants to come back. He already said he wants to come back. His camp has already said he wants to come back.
Okay, well, does he come back for cheap? Or is he like, it's hard to understand his value because he didn't play an entire season. His numbers weren't, stellar. But if you compare him to other guys around his age, kind of around his production level, it's like $6 to $9 million, right? I'm okay with that number if it works for everybody else, right?
You give him an incentive-laden deal, and of course he doesn't want to go anywhere, but he lives rent-free in Tom Brady's mansion.
On the TB12. I think it's the same situation as Rob. I think he's back for somewhere between 3 and 5, 3 and 6. He's not going to break the bank. And at the end of the day, kind of like Rob, right? We have all the leverage. You want to play with Tom? And Tom only plays for one organization.
And what organization is gonna break the bank on AB?
Yeah. Uniquely with Rob, can get offers. AB, who the fuck's gonna pay that guy? Who wants the ticking time bomb?
I don't think they're negotiating against other teams when I'm talking about their decisions. I'm more thinking like he wants to get paid. He wants a little bit more. He played for, like I said, under $2 million last year. That's with all the fucking incentives. I think he barely broke 2. So
3 to 5, done.
I think 4 or 5 and somehow a way to earn up to $6 million. Figure that shit out at the end of the season. Who cares? That kind of thing, right? But the key in all this is fucking Tom and Mike Evans and other guys buying in and wanting to restructure. Dude, imagine we have Tom Brady for 3 years now instead of 2. Does our window now become 3-year window?
Did you hear that if Brady restructures, the rumors are that it'll free up $10 additional million this year?
He's not doing that because he's an amazing person. He's doing it because he wants Rob and AB to get paid, to keep them.
And Godwin, sir.
Well, I think Godwin gets franchise tagged, honestly. I really think that's what happens to him.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Sammer said no defense. Fuck, guys. I can't.
I know, man. We got. I let you slip with the Levante talk, dude. The defensive list is so ridiculous, man. It needs its own episode, and we didn't even like. What about Leonard Fournette? Playoff Lenny, Lombardi Lenny.
He gets paid somewhere else. He's not here next year.
Gone.
He's not back here, bro. Listen, there are 3 running backs that are free agents along with Lenny. That 12 is going to be like, I love you, playoff Lenny, but my boy Burkhead's out there. My boy James White is out there.
James White, fuck Burkhead, dude. James.
No, there's
White.
one more too. Dion Lewis is out there. They all play with Brady. They're all pass catchers. They can all run between the tackles. I mean, wasn't James White the MVP of the fucking Super Bowl against Atlanta? The 28-3? Falcons fans, just remind you because fuck you too. Wasn't James White the MVP? He had like fucking 3 touchdowns in that game and like 11 catches or something. It was insane. Plus the game winner on the toss sweep. So I think James White is here. We're always going to do draft stuff later with a special guest, but we're going running back this year. I'm just going to say that.
This fucking guy. Listen, people
I'm going to say
realize.
it every year. Hey, if you say it every year and then you're finally right,
yeah.
then I was right along, right? I mean, fuck. I'm an analyst.
But here, you're talking about how Tom Brady likes James White and he likes Burkhead. I mean, he was the one pounding the table to bring in Fournette.
He was not according to Jason Light today. Not according to Jason Light and Bruce Arians today. He said he didn't even know we were going to bring in playoff Lenny until
I don't know, man.
Hey, listen.
The 3 of us heard from somebody that we heard that he was the one that Lenny's his guy. What's to say that Tom's like, hey, figure out a way to keep Lenny too, dude? He fucking trusted him down the stretch in that Super Bowl, in the playoffs with the Green Bay Packers game and the NFC Championship. He was throwing the ball to that guy, man. And they were running screens.
He was the best option, and we can find better options, in my opinion.
Here's an unpopular opinion.
I'm all in for James White. Don't get me wrong.
I was not that impressed. I was not that impressed with playoff Lenny. I just wasn't. I'm sorry. He punched in 2 touchdowns against New Orleans or wherever it was, against Washington. The offense it was right there. Ronald Jones could have ran those in. Okay. He had a couple, nice catches on screen passes, but it wasn't like he was taking over the game. The game that he did take over was a Super Bowl. That was a complete, tape.
Which is why he changed his name from playoff Lenny to Lombardi Lenny.
That was the one that was a complete game beginning to end. But all the other ones, he had the nice run against Green Bay, and then that was it. He had the nice angle catch against the Saints that he bobbled twice.
I think we can all agree we can upgrade at that position.
Definitely
absolutely upgrade at that position.
I think where that playoff Lenny name came from was the fact that he looked focused. He looked more involved and more included, more on our team now. Like, he didn't seem like he was fighting so much against us. Because before, dude, how many times was he dropping passes? How many times was he just uninterested? Like, he was pouting that he wasn't a starter on the depth chart. And then once they had no choice but to thrust him into that position, he did step up. You got to give him credit. He did step up. And
I don't want to disparage his performance. He had a great playoff run. It's hard. It's easy to say, Roger could have done it. This guy could have done it. I'm not going to take anything away. That guy did it, bro. He made some big runs. He fought through some tackles. He ran real fucking hard, bro. But I'm going to give him his credit. He'll always be a legend here in Tampa because of what he did for us throughout the playoffs, man. So got to give him his love, and but I think we can upgrade at the position.
I think Latte's meaning that playoff Lenny isn't some fucking Terrell Davis. He wasn't Jamal Anderson. He wasn't a Hall of Fame. Oh my God, where'd this guy come? He was just a better version of what we had.
He was Michael Pittman.
He was serviceable. He got the job done. But
so can we call?
You can upgrade it.
Can we call Michael Pittman playoff Pittman? Can we start calling him that now?
Yeah, we definitely could.
Yeah.
Dude, you see pictures of Michael Pittman these days. He still looks like he can fucking play.
Still looks like his jersey sleeves are custom sewn and stitched and hemmed and all that bullshit. It's fucking like this, dude.
Bex just to get his arms through him. You know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine getting some Beck's baby oil on that guy's arms?
On Pittman's arms? Hey, listen, we're looking for a player to be on the label. I wouldn't mind. Obviously, Vita's got first dibs if he wants to be on the label. But Mikey, hit us up, bro.
Sammer, earlier today, you dropped a little clip. Not a teaser clip of something that's coming soon.
I don't recall.
What was that about, man?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I didn't see it.
Okay.
I was too busy enjoying some delicious food.
Hey, for all of you guys who are watching, let's let people know this. Somehow, we have been nominated for Bucs Content Creators of the Year on the Pewtercast Awards, right? Not sure how that happened. Of course, we're humbled, especially me. But we would love if you guys would vote for us. Because if you vote for us, Stank Bastard, the Stank Bastard of the Loose Cannons and Buccaneers, will come on the show nude and will lather down in Beck's baby oil.
Let's double down. Let's double down, Stank. Why not? Why not double down?
Listen,
why not?
I don't want to make this about myself, okay? But I'm also nominated for a solo award, solo beauty. You look at the esteemed list. I mean, nobody on there is like me. I'll tell you that right now. Carmen and
Stank Bastard,
Carmen, like fucking Peter King, fucking all these people. Like, what the fuck? It wasn't Peter King, but whoever. Like, there's actual.
One did not belong on there, right?
Yeah, one was definitely not like the other, which is why you need to make a statement and let them know who you really fucking care about on there.
Can we double down though? If we win this award, can we go get an inflatable pool like old school and go get industrial sized bottles of Beck and just oil wrestle?
Can we have a slip and slide too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you guys seen those big bounce houses that you can get for adult birthday parties that you could fill
I know.
up with water?
I have my boy rents them.
And they're gigantic water slides and like pools and everything, but we fill it with nothing but Beck's baby oil.
One phone call, I could have that in my front yard tomorrow.
Hold on, that's fucking real?
Yeah,
that's real.
What? Where you been? Really?
I never knew about that. Yeah, we need to rent that and just go in the parking lot of $1 place. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we'll get arrested like that. 2 brown guys and a really weird looking white dude with no eyebrows. With no shirts on, covered in baby oil.
But I'll be glistening though. I'll be glistening. You'll get to see my eyebrows.
You'll be glistening, but I'm pretty sure you'll be the only one of the 3 of us that ends up getting burnt.
Bro, I get burnt in the fucking moonlight, bro. Okay, that's some real shit. Moon burns.
Yeah, you look like that. You look like that little sausage that you forgot right on the edge of the griddle.
Mm-hmm. There's been plenty
just
of times
all red, and like it's about to be Native American red, but it's just not there yet.
Hey, the one that's supposed to be dad's snack, Severus, like that's a snack, and you forgot about it. God damn.
Yeah. There's been plenty of times where I'm like, take me to the emergency room. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die of sun poisoning and sunburn. It happens a lot.
Is that where your eyebrows went? They burnt.
Yeah, they were seared off by by a sun fucking burst.
It's so fucking good that in every show that we premiere in the chat room, somebody asks about your eyebrows every fucking time, dude.
Listen, if you really want to see my eyebrows, subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Oh my god! Listen, I'm reminded before I forget. We talk about food on the show all the time, right? And I gotta ask you guys this shit. Okay, people dip their tacos, those biryani tacos. They dip them in that sauce, right? I think I said that word wrong, but you know the tacos.
You're talking about the fucking ones that are covered of cheese and fried and like the greasiest thing.
You like dip them. What do they call it? Come on, Latte, help me out.
Yeah, bro, you're Mexican.
I'm not Mexican. I don't fucking know what the hell.
What? You're not?
I know what you mean.
Your name is Papi Latte, and you're not Mexican.
Yeah, I mean,
Papi could mean Puerto Rican, Dominican.
No, you're Mexican from here on out. No Mexican children allowed on the show. Listen,
no, real talk. Those tacos. I'm not sure what they are, but people know. They know what
you dip them in horchata.
No, not the chata. The chata's the fucking sweet drink. That'd be disgusting. What the fuck?
Yeah, dipping them in sweet rice water.
Bro, horchata is amazing.
It is good, but I'm not dipping a fucking taco in it. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Knock until you try, bro.
Anyway, let me finish this fucking sentence, guys. Why don't we ever make a cheeseburger and dip it in chili?
That's called a chili burger.
No. Dip it in a chili. Just like every bite, dip in some fucking chili.
I mean, there's no rules against what you can dip food into.
I think I invented something.
Next year, am I making my chili and we're going to make burgers and just...
Dude, I just thought about it earlier in the day. It randomly popped in my head. I saw some TikTok with that stupid taco in it. And I said, why don't we do that with burgers and chili? Like, why isn't that a thing? People dip fucking pizza and shit all the time. I don't know how people eat pizza and ranch, but apparently people eat pizza and mayo. Vita Vea. Right? So why can't we just take cheeseburgers and dip them in like
why not a jus?
A jus work, but chili's you're really taking it to another level with chili.
Yeah, bro, we're leveling up here.
Because we already know that chili belongs on a cheeseburger, you know. And if you can just use the cheeseburger as a vessel, and just
so wait, is the burger Does the burger have like chili toppings on it? Like
No,
French
the
jalapeno?
burger's just bacon
It's a
cheese.
straight up cheeseburger, bro. Like
Yeah.
Bacon.
fucking perfectly.
With bacon.
Whatever you like on a cheeseburger. If you want it with fucking lettuce, onions, bacon, whatever the fuck you want on there. Pickles, gotta have pickles on my cheeseburger. Sorry.
You're just gonna have turkey bacon.
Garlic pickles? Garlic pickles or just regular pickles?
All the pickles, bro. All of them. Banana peppers, throw it all on there. I don't give a shit.
Oh, I
14
had
different
cherry
kinds of
peppers
cheeses.
yesterday on a
Pepper
cheesesteak.
jack cheese on a cheeseburger, dipped into some fucking chili with a kick to it, bro.
Remember, the only pickles there are, by the way, and Stank would agree with this, are the habanero pickles that I pick up here next to my house. Those are the ones.
Hey, don't forget about the horseradish.
Those, bro. Those are good.
Yep. The
We
boar's
should-
head.
We should
horseradish.
do a food free agency pickup.
We should do a food show.
We should do a food draft.
Oh, wait. We should do a food show. Logo on the screen right now. We ready? Hey,
We should do a food
we should
show.
do a food show.
Apparently it's underwater and I don't know what.
Names. Oh, hi there. Sorry.
I'm not sure what's
my
happening. Guys, we didn't.
It's Ren Dax. What'd you say, Ren? Oh, no, dude. You cannot borrow any more of my hats. I gotta go. Bye.
Guys, we didn't talk about the two most important fucking free agents on the offensive side of the ball. You know that? We're talking about
God,
food.
we forget.
We're not talking about Joe Haig and Aaron Stinney.
Joe Haig.
MVPs, bro.
It's
Joe Haig.
it comes down Joe Haig or Chris Godwin. I almost called him Chris Gronkowski. Fucking Chris Godwin or Joe Haig. Who are we taking? You got to choose one.
It's tough.
Well,
Pretty
Joe
clear.
Haig dropped that fucking touchdown.
He
Pretty
did.
clear.
Dropped that touchdown, bro.
I mean, that was a great play by the defender, though. Come on. Even
Great play.
Listen, but if you're
even
Joe
Godwin would have
Haig-
dropped it.
If you're Joe Haig and you don't go full Julio Jones and snatch the ball like you do from a fucking baby, right? You just, but you have to do that against any linebacker defender. You just make them like, you little bitch. You just put them down.
I've
Like
watched
a
that.
def-
I've watched that
def-
Super Bowl. I've watched that Super Bowl 15 times, and every time they throw it to him, I'm like, before he starts pulling it down, I'm like, just pull it up over your head, dude. It's a touchdown.
Just do it. This time, I want
That's
you to
it.
just
just go like
all you
this.
gotta do this
It's a
time, you just-
touchdown. And then
and then-
when they throw that little pass to AB, like before they throw the touchdown to Gronk, he fucking like he's about to turn the corner and score, and every time I'm just like, oh, my asshole tightens a little bit. I'm like, damn it, we didn't get it.
It's
Fuck.
even worse for me when I'm like, Brady's going to hand it to Vita this time, right? Brady's going to hand
Yeah.
it to Vita this time because nobody's going to stop Vita Vea from running into the end zone. If, like the defenders got out of his way, bro. They were like, fuck this shit.
I really
Yeah,
wanted to
he
go
ended up in the back of the end
with
zone.
John Ledger, and it didn't happen. Son of a bitch. I think they knew. They knew that John was going to go streaking. We were going to go through the quad, and they were like, "We can't. We just
To the gymnasium.
to the gymnasium." Look at the sapper. This shit is off the rails, bro. By
It's
the way,
fine.
guys,
It's fine.
are we just doing Buccaneer free agents? Or are we doing free agents overall?
No, bro.
Well,
fuck
no.
it. Agents.
Well, I mean, let's talk. We brought up James White, right? I'm cool with James White coming to the Bucs, but I mean,
Shoe in, bro.
let's say
He's staying at Brady's house. He's already there.
let's say hypothetical here, okay? Chris Godwin upset with the franchise tag. Things go south. He's not coming close to a number he likes. He doesn't want to be here. Gets a really great offer and leaves.
That's never going to happen.
Okay, hypothetical, bro.
That's not even hypothetical.
Do
That's
you
not
go
even-
outside? You go outside of the team. Yeah, okay. We're in a totally different fucking multiverse here. Do you go outside the team and bring another person in, or do you stay with what you got?
Yeah, Julian Edelman will be here.
like this?
We got Scotty Miller, younger, better.
But
better
Edelman
looking.
plays the slot more. You know, obviously Miller's not a slot receiver, but he's made it abundantly clear, including our very own Jake Arians, that he doesn't play that position, but Edelman can.
If Edelman came here, you wouldn't start.
Thank you.
If Godwin was gone, he would.
Oh, he wouldn't.
No.
In this offense, I don't care how much people say we ran, Brady's offense. It was still Bruce Arians' offense, and in this offense, the slot receiver has to be able to fucking block, be stout.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. That's why Humphries is gone. The first year Bruce Arians was here, he's like, "Sorry, Humphries, we love you, Adam." Fucking Adam Humphries, bro. You don't remember that? Sam
Yeah, no, I remember
I
that guy.
don't think that was Bruce Arians' first year. I think
Yes,
he
it
got
was.
a payday right before
was.
Dirk's last season.
It was Bruce Arians' first year. They let him walk because we're not paying you, dude. We're not paying you. You don't fit this offense. At least for what we do. I'm positive.
All right.
Go look it up. Stank, do the research. He's the analytical computer. I guarantee you, it was Bruce Arians' first year.
For some reason, I
want to
remember
be that,
being,
that nerdy character like on like CSI, the one that they go to and it's like, and you pull it up.
They like come up to the one computer that only operates through keyboard.
Yeah.
Which
They're
is
like,
why
and they're like, we got a visual of the license plate, but we can't
Zoom
make
in.
it out. Like, I can't do anything with this. I can't. It's not clear. And then the guy's like, "You sure you can't do anything with it?" He's like, "Hold on, let me try this one thing." And then
You look at the reflection off of this puddle. Oh,
No,
there's the killer.
he like types a million goddamn coded words and shit, and all of a sudden it like zooms in and unpixelates. It becomes an 8K image like that. And I'm like,
Oh, it's
I'm in
kinda like-
Photoshop all fucking day. There's no way to do this. Like, there's nothing that creates pixels. It's not a thing.
It's like Sammer fucking creating art, just watching.
You got to see
Yeah,
that in person,
so,
didn't you? You got to see that one time.
2019 is when he joined the Titans.
That was Bruce Arians' first year. It's 2021 right now. He's been here 2 years.
It's 2023, bro.
Yeah, bro, where you been? In fucking coma?
Whoops.
I've been.
COVID's
I've done.
over. We've
I've
won
done-
3 Super Bowls.
I've done nothing but watch Super Bowl 55 since we won it, and now all of a sudden it's 3 years in the future, and I haven't.
Yeah,
left
I
my
can't
house.
stop watching Super Bowl 56, bro. I
Back on
can't believe we fucking won by 70 points.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 56.
Edelman will not start on this team because he is a slot receiver, but he does not fit the mold. I'm pretty sure I'd
They'd
be
make him
inclined
fit
to
the
say
mold.
that Tyler Johnson would be kind of thrust
agree.
into that role and sink or swim
100%.
kid.
I
In
agree
certain
100%.
snaps and certain snaps and certain looks, Scotty Middle's going to line up on the inside, just like Edelman, hypothetically, in this multiverse. But
I mean,
Scotty
you're not
Miller-
wrong. Johnson belongs in the slot.
he does.
I don't think we've ever talked about a Johnson who didn't belong in the slot. That's just their natural role, right? They fit right in there. They wiggle it. They got the good wiggle for the slot.
Right in.
Yeah, slides right in.
Great movement. There's a lot of depth.
Yeah. Got good wiggle. He's got a good umph when he needs to get in there and really get his head dirty. It's perfect, really. Johnson in the slot. It's like a match made in heaven. I totally agree with that.
What else? I mean, Johnson definitely gets behind his pads. He definitely gets good push when he gets in there and blocks from the slot.
Oh yeah, you could see the thrust coming before it even happens. For sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't.
I know he's not afraid to get dirty. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is, what day of the month it is. It doesn't matter. You can always count on Johnson in the slot.
No, and when he's coming at you, you don't want to be looking down the barrel of that gun. Like, you just don't want to be anywhere in the front.
It's coming hard, bro.
Yeah, it's coming hard. You can see it, and when he gets going, like, he's got that momentum. It's hard to stop it, and he gets to that edge. Like, you don't want to be looking down the barrel of that gun.
No.
Just trust me, you
I
don't.
think he surprised some people. First of all, his size. It's impressive. It's impressive. You think he's gonna be small, but he really is, beefy.
Yeah, and he didn't really show that, right? He didn't show that, but he grew into that, right? He it's what you would call, in the combine world, a shower, a grower, not a shower, right? That's the combine term. I think I've heard that before.
That is definitely the term. He definitely is one of those grower guys.
You grew on me. I can tell you that right now.
Right.
Absolutely.
What else he's pretty good at too? He's really good at high pointing the ball. He can high point it. He's got great balance. Because you have balance.
He's got great ball skills too. For a Johnson, they usually come with great ball skills. I mean, I've seen this guy handle balls with multiple hands. I mean, it's uncanny the talent he has when it comes to balls.
Sammer, something that people overlook as well, man. Great contact balance. He doesn't go down just on one hit. You know what I mean?
No.
Stays up.
No, he keeps yeah, exactly.
Keeps
He's not
coming
like
back.
one fucking pump chump. He can get out there and continue to pump.
Yep.
And that's what I like, bro. You've seen fucking in the slot just pump it, pump.
And once you get him chugging along, like, that's it. Like, he's coming back for more. He's gonna keep giving it to you and giving it to you. He's coming back.
You guys convinced me. Get rid of Chris Godwin. Get rid of Chris Godwin.
Very similar to Godwin, though. He's very smooth coming in and out of his breaks. Because sometimes you got to get in there and get dirty. You got to be, rough. But sometimes you got to be smooth. You know what I mean? You got to be smooth coming out of your breaks. You got to, make sure you have loose hips. It's all about.
I think it depends on, what you're up against, honestly. Sometimes you got to get rough. Sometimes that's what it's going to take to get the job done. And sometimes you're facing an opponent who doesn't quite you don't need to come in with that kind of intensity. You know, you got to come in smooth, right? You got to act one way and then be another, because you can't treat them all the same.
And when he's getting to that point, like he's extremely good at coming in from different angles. He knows how to run the different, angles and just attacking and getting to the end point. And like that's important as a receiver, right? You got to be able to, especially if you're Johnson, right? Tyler Johnson, you got to be able to do that stuff, man. And all of that really combines and culminates and kind of, crescendos and climaxes with what I would call one of the best wide receivers in the league.
You couldn't have said it any better.
I mean, there's nothing much more that I can add, except he's really good as well. When you're running your routes, you got to sell the fake. He knows how to sell the fake, because when you get to that elite level, like Stank said, when you know what you're dealing with, there's a lot of different kinds of cases, slots that you're dealing with. So you have to be able to sell the fake, because you got to keep them on their toes. You got to keep them thinking.
Yeah, it's not like in college where it's easy. I mean, there's, the slot's always wide open in college, and if it's not, you're doing it wrong, right? I mean, but in the pros, these hoes, it's harder to get where you need to get at. Like, it takes some selling. You can't just come out there with no game whatsoever and think you're going to own the slot. It doesn't work in this league like that.
You've got to go to training camp. You've got to be focused, because you can't just show up first regular season game and just whip it out. Like, that's not how it works. You just can't do that. And if you're striking out in college in the slot, then you're not doing something right. There's something wrong there. Right. I mean, it's almost impossible to strike out if you're in the slot. Like, Johnson was made for the slot.
How with a guy with like his ability? Clearly he's gifted. Just look at the tape. Okay, we knew coming out of Minnesota, this guy was owning that entire state. And, he just put it down. So we were obviously elated to bring him in here to add to our stable, because you need a Johnson like a player like this Johnson, to wreck shop.
Listen, there's a reason that our beloved coach, was pounding the table for Johnson. He was pounding the table for Johnson. He said, put Johnson on the table. Put him on the table. Turn in the card. You went and saw him here in Raymond James, in our home stadium, and he was just owning the slot.
Yeah, and he came in rookie, didn't have rookie camp, came into training camp.
Did what, 4 tutties? Did 4 tutties.
He did.
Had his baseball bat ready, came into fucking work and hammered away. Just kept hammering and hammering and pounding until he, developed into the Johnson that the slot needs.
There's a reason that
basically Chris Godwin is not necessary.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fuck the franchise tag, bro. Can we franchise tag Johnson?
We should franchise. Yeah, I mean, he's under contract for sure. Why not?
I mean, some people like putting tags on Johnson.
There's a reason he didn't get all bruised and because after a while, you get some chafing from all that running over and over again in the slot. He's sponsored by Bex.
Listen, I have a role with the team. I get these guys ready. They all know, by the time that they get on the field, week 1, they're already lubed up and ready to roll out there. And Johnson's no exception.
Yeah, I think we've beaten this subject with Johnson in the slot. Basically beating a dead horse here, right? We've just beaten it. Beating it. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear. We're fans of Johnson, right? We think Johnson definitely belongs in the slot, and that's really his natural habitat, right?
Next week we're going to break down the wide receiver, because you have to have a Y. Everyone has a Y.
Yeah, you do.
Right? What about X? The X receiver. I mean,
loose cannons.
Shout out to X. What did you say?
That was the most in-depth. That was the most in-depth breakdown of any wide receiver we have ever done on this show. I mean, if you guys out there watching are not appreciating this, I don't know what to tell you at this point. I mean, we're giving you guys the content you're here for, right?
I think Paige and JC, like, this is the kind of breakdown that you do on a draftable guy at the Draft Network. That's you just print what we just talked about right there, and that's a scouting report. Then that's just kind of what you get out of this podcast. Everybody comes here for facts and just clear fucking knowledge. Okay.
This is why I think people keep on coming back. They keep on coming back. You know what I mean? Because when you come here, you get information like this that keeps you coming back.
I love coming over and over again. It's my favorite thing to do when I go anywhere.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't love coming back here?
I mean, you know, as I'm getting a little older, bro, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a little bit harder to keep coming back, but I do it for you guys, honestly.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. After round 2, it's kind of like, babe, I'm gonna go watch the football.
No, man, listen. After round 2, bro, I mean, that's when like you're basically invincible at that point because there's no way it's happening anytime soon again, right? So you could just keep rolling, just keep going.
It's hard to do. It's hard to do more than one show. When you get in my age, you know, after you do one show, you just kind of run out of steam. You know, like
Sandwich.
you don't. It's like I don't want to deal with this anymore. I already did one whole show. Do you think I need to do a whole nother show again? What the fuck am I doing here?
I'll be honest. I mean, that's why you were so you were so exhausted when we saw you for the Super Bowl, right? Because that week we had show after show. We had a lot of coming and going and coming and going. Like there was a lot of coming to be on the show.
I haven't done that many shows since I was, you know, at least 11.
Wow,
in a long time.
Yeah, you know, everybody hits their prime at a different age.
That you guys come here for though, so look forward to more of it. I can't wait till we do our food stuff. You know what I'm saying?
What? Flash the graphic.
Stop doing all the weird water like fountain.
That's fire, bro.
Sounds.
You don't. Water doesn't sound like that. Water sounds like.
If you want me to flash the graphic, just let the sounds of the graphic do that then. Not some like. Okay, great. You're doing the fucking Mac OS sound from like 1999.
All right, hold on.
Guys, we're not going to tell you what that. We're not going to tell you what that little teaser is all about yet.
We're not going to tell you what it is, but Sammer, because we have many things coming out this offseason, let's give him a taste. Let's give him a taste. Sammer, draft breakdown on nachos. Go.
Well, I'll be honest, right? So nachos, you know, they come in with a lot of promise. You see them on the field. You see them coming at you. They look like they've got everything to make the perfect game day snack. However, when push comes to shove, they usually fall short, coming up soggy. You know, they've got a lot of work. If you're going to go in and draft nachos, your work's cut out for you because you've got to go in there and really layer on the work and really layer on the program and teaching them what you need for your program to work and what you expect of them, because not all nachos are the same, right? Because some come with extra cheese, some come without enough cheese, some come with the chives, some come with the bacon. I mean, nachos are a hit or miss. I definitely would stay away from them in the top 5, absolutely. But if they come with the chili, which I've seen at times, you got to be careful because sometimes that chili comes in too hard and it could wreck a locker room.
I would tend to agree with you. Another thing that people talk about nachos is their career doesn't last too long. I mean, they don't. It's not very good on the table there 4 or 5 hours later after halftime. It's just not going to work. Stank.
Previous nachos, and other.
I was humming the entire time.
Other nachos and other drafts are flashes in the pan, right? Talent's there, don't last long.
Yeah, and it really doesn't matter like what you know what different type of skills you add to the nachos, because like you said, the career doesn't last very long. You know, you can beef it up if you want to. You can do all kinds of different things. It's just an instant impact thing, one and done.
It is one pump and done. Definitely not Johnson in the slot. Definitely not.
No, I mean, you're not going to compare nachos to Johnson in the slot.
Nothing compares to any Johnson in the slot.
Or Stank, you get to choose. Chicken wings, fish taco, or brisket. Go.
I mean, I don't want to go for the low-hanging fruit, so I'm going to go fish taco because lately I've had a lot of experience. I've been watching a lot of film on fish taco, and it's easy to get it wrong with fish tacos. Let's not beat around the bush here, okay? If it smells fishy, stay away. That's my rule, first of all. You can go fried, you can go grilled, you can go blackened. You know, there's a lot of Cajun. There's a lot of different things you can do with the fish taco, but odor is what you gotta sniff it out and know if you're really gonna get, you know, if you're gonna select something that's worthwhile in that position. And you can go a lot of different toppings on. A lot of people are like tartar sauce. You know, you can go with the crema fraiche. You can do a lot of things on there. You add your onions, cilantro. You can go with the verde sauce. So you can go with the red. You can spice it up. You throw the jalapenos on there. You can go with the Mexican cojeta. Say that right? Mm-hmm. So there's so much variety to you know, fish tacos game. But you, like I said, you got to be really careful because it's really like a boom or bust situation with fish tacos. You got to know you better know where, what kind of coaching that fish taco has had before you make that selection, because it could easily be a bust.
Got a top 5 pick or
no? I'd say it's too much of a risk at this point for being a top 5 pick. Yeah,
I'm taking the low hanging fruit, guys. I'm going with chicken wings because it's just it's too obvious, and this is a podcast of chicken wings. I mean, this is a chicken wing podcast. We are chicken wing guys. Like, when you see a Buccaneer and that's a Buccaneer man. We know when we look at chicken wings, we've already identified we are chicken wing guys. Our kind of guys, great character. You can fry them, you can smoke them, you can grill them, you can bake them, you can do them twice. You can bake and fry. You can combine. They have a multi-tool fucking football food. By the way, it lasts great all day long. You can make them right before the game. They're great cold. They're great reheated. They're great all across the board. Not only does chicken wings have the multifaceted tools of way you can cook them, you can also sauce them in different ways. You can go buffalo and just go straight heat like Sammer. You can go smoked with a mojo like my boy Stank. You can go heat like me. You can combine these things. They're multifaceted. They last long. I mean, unequivocally, guys, chicken wings are the Trevor Lawrence of football food drafting. The number one pick. It's too easy. It's a slam dunk, once in a lifetime generational player. They're not gonna come around for another 10 years. You're not gonna see something like this. Chicken wings. I'm going with it. Turn the ticket in. First overall pick. Done.
I agree. And I'm glad you didn't get into the drums and flats argument, because anytime anybody brings up that argument, there's only one thing I gotta say, and that's fuck you. How about both? And leave the tips on.
No, I can't go with you there. No wing tips. And chicken nuggets. Boneless wings are chicken nuggets, okay? That's not wings.
I agree.
That's not wings.
You know what? I'll even go as far to say that chicken nuggets are even a higher class, even a higher up class than boneless wings. Boneless wings are something else, bro. It's like a ball of what the fuck is in this.
Weird rib meat shit.
Listen, you guys talked about fish tacos. You guys talked about wings, and I think maybe we should give a little credit to what you mentioned, brisket, right? Brisket's it's got tremendous upside, right? Tremendous upside, high character guy. Most briskets I feel like are untapped potential, and that just you have to approach it that way. And I feel it's more of a safe pick to go with the brisket. Yeah, they've got it's got good get off. It's got great flavor. It is somewhat of a hit or miss depending on which school they go to, but most time this year especially, you could argue that brisket is a generational talent. The manufacturer touches almost immediately. Once you see that brisket at a party or at a fucking game day, like, it's going to generate touches. It's going to manufacture touches, and that's really all you need for him to make a play. Once he gets going, it's hard to stop brisket.
I don't know, though. I got to disagree with you, because brisket in the wrong hands of the wrong coach can turn into fucking jerky. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, but brisket, unmolded, comes with all the measurables. A measurable monster, and I've seen briskets. They usually always ace the scouting combines, combine heroes, and brisket arguably can make all the throws, right? You can't argue that they can't make all the throws. It all comes down to coaching at that point, development, and, tapping into that untapped potential in the brisket.
Yeah. I agree, though. There is some risk involved, especially depends on the cut of the brisket, because you can go with like a small school brisket, and it just might not have what you need. It might not have the flavor. It might be too lean. It may not have the girth. May not have the cap. Or you go with the big school guys, but you could overdo it with them as well, right? People think, because I spent a lot of money for this piece of meat, I can just throw everything on there and just leave it on the smoker for 16 hours. You can absolutely destroy it. So you're right. Coaching is everything. When you select the brisket, but I mean, if you get it right, bro, it's one of the holy grails of meats.
Brisket comes with a lot of intangibles. High motor guy, and at the end of the day, most briskets are great locker room guys, and that's really what you're looking for from the beginning, especially when you're drafting food.
And they usually have a good 3-cone.
Let me ask you a question, though. Both of you guys have way more experience, in the brisket department than I do. Those particular type of players from that conference. Is brisket a guy that's, is this somebody you just plug and play for the next 10 years? Like, it's just going to be there all day. It's good. It's going to last. It's It's not going to go dry on you or get chewy, as the day goes on. Like, is it, a perfect example is chili. Like chili, you just make that in the morning, and as the day goes by, it just increases in just the Pro Bowl stack. The All-Pro stack up. It just year after year. It's like Levante David. It just gets better with time.
Listen, I would have agreed with you years ago, but right now, Latte, it's a brisket league. It's clearly a brisket league, and brisket is a blue collar meal, and it's one of those guys, lunch pail guy. You ever heard that? Brisket brings a lunch pail to work every single day. He's a grinder, a freak of nature. I mean, it's a brisket league. You got to go with the brisket. You got to.
Make that argument for chili. Chili's a blue collar meal.
Yeah, but it's not a chili league any longer. It is a brisket league now. It's a brisket league.
If you hit that Tristan Wirfs of briskets, I mean,
hey,
you're a legend,
guys.
And the briskets in this year's draft are all physical specimens. They all pass the eye test.
Before I allow you guys to just go, because I'm not going to allow it. Before I allow you guys to just, or kind of allow you guys to just shit on chili like that, and it's a brisket league. Last time I checked, it was all about the mobile quarterback. The stats you guys are done. Who just won the Super Bowl? Listen, man, don't ever turn your back on the greatness that is chili. Chili is like all time Hall of Fame. Chili is Hall of Fame. It's up there with chicken wings.
Are you willing to mortgage the
got a lot of
future?
rings.
Are you willing to mortgage the future, Latte, by holding on to a chili too long just to pass up a brisket that could arguably be a day one starter?
Yeah, but look what happens when you give up on a chili too soon. You think that just because that chili has 6 rings, that there's no way it's going to get a 7th ring. And you talk all that shit. You say it's spent, it's washed, it's all that shit, but you don't know that chili is being refined, in with a method. I'd say, like a 12-step method. And it's ready, and it's fucking as hungry as ever, because you got doubters like you who are like, this league isn't for you anymore. But then it comes out.
I mean, here's the thing, guys.
I'm not surprised though, Stank, because Sammer being of cut from that cloth of that elk, because Sammer came from a dynasty of which was ran by chili, because Sammer back in the day used to make chili and just eat on that for the whole week.
Yeah, I mean,
we're talking about
nothing wrong with chili.
Football food. We're talking about tailgate football food. So it gets better as time goes on, and you're gnawing on it 7 days physically later, and you're just turn your back on chili.
Just taking it for granted is what you're saying.
Listen, all I'm saying is right now, don't mortgage the future. You got a hard hat guy, lunch pail kid, a grinder. He plays to the whistle. He gets after it on every single play. You can't mortgage the future on holding on to chili too long when you have a guy like that type of specimen, a beast, a meaty, chunky, delicious piece of brisket. I just can't pass it up, especially if it's a quick study, because if you get a brisket that knows what it's doing, it's as quick as plug and play. You can put them in there, pass the eye test, comes with all the meat discipline. I mean, you're ready to go.
Well, I would
man.
say it's more of a high quality main than chili is, but again, you can fuck it up, and you can just look at chili like it's not a fucking staple, because you're infatuated with this new popular thing that everybody's talking about, that all the kids are tweeting about and hashtagging and all these things. So don't get enamored just because everybody thinks it's the cool thing now.
This is true. I'm gonna go with my player comps really quick, guys. So for me, brisket is kind of like a Josh Freeman, gives you one good year. You know what I mean? Flash in the pan, you think you have the triplets, and then
that's pretty harsh.
And then all of a sudden, it just kind of doesn't work out.
That's unfair to
let me
briskets,
finish.
man.
Let me Todd. Hold on, Todd. Let me finish, okay? Then after a couple hours after halftime, it looks a little gray. It's a little dry. It's just not the same. So it didn't deliver for the whole prolonged time. What you should receive back from that high of a draft pick. Chili is Tom Brady. It just gets better with time. And chicken wings is Devin White. He kind of tricks you with the sweet, the smile, but goddamn it, that boy is spicy. He fucking knock your fucking socks off. So those are my player comps.
I really have nothing else to add. I'm just really hungry right now.
Me too.
I'm just really hungry. Also, guys,
Listen,
what we teased you
about,
literally has nothing to do with this.
Nothing.
Hey, join us next week. We're going to break down
the last 30 minutes, bro.
We're going to break down the defensive free agents of this team. And, dude, there's a fuck ton of them. Who's Shaq Barrett more important than Levante David?
Is he?
Is he?
Find out next time.
Is Sue more important than all of those guys? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Thanks everyone for subscribing and watching and joining us in the premiere chat, and probably coming up with way cooler shit to say about meat than what we've done